Are you surprised to hear the federal government says drink prices are up 50+%?
Am I surprised? Yes, I'm very surprised to hear that.
Why?
Because if drink prices were up 50%, I'd be doing a heck of a lot better here in Old Forge than I'm doing right now.
So this national 50%, 60% number, that's not in your pocket?
That is 100% not in my pocket, no.
So how often do drink prices go up around here?
Around here, I'm in business for about 20 years here in this location, and drink prices go up around a quarter every 4 to 5 years.
A quarter?
A quarter.
And you hear about it?
We certainly hear about it.
What do people say?
Oh, I can't believe you raised the prices again. Our last price increase was over 4 years ago.
So places like New York, Chicago, Dallas, the prices are going up.
No doubt.
Why do you think that is?
I believe it's almost to the point of price gouging. Bigger cities, obviously, you have your options to do that. People in the inner cities have the option to go to, if you're we discussed just a vegan type place. If you're a craft house, people like to go to a craft bar.
Wait, hold on, back up. Price gouging?
Well, I think in the bigger cities is price gouging. And I'm a guy purchasing the same bottle of liquor. We'll use a bottle of Grey Goose as an example.
The bottles of liquor we see over there, same price you're paying, they're paying down in New York.
Absolutely, same prices. We're paying the same price. I'm buying the same $30 bottle of Grey Goose that a bar in New Jersey or a bar in Manhattan is buying. Yet I could get $8 for a martini. The bar in New Jersey can get $12.95, and the bar in Manhattan can get $18. So I'm in small town USA. They're in metropolitan USA.
So this is an $8 drink right here?
No, that's a $5 drink.
This is a $5 drink?
$5 drink.
We're only 2 hours from New York.
You're right.
So you're telling me that the wholesale beer and liquor cost in Scranton or Old Forge is the same as what they're paying in the big cities?
It's exactly the same.
And yet the big city cost is 4, 5, 6 times more?
5, 6 times more, yeah. Sometimes more than that. Depends on the trendy bar, the trendy restaurant, because they know they're only going to be trendy for 2 years. So it's a hit and run. Make my money and get out.
So if I'm a bar patron, I'm a drinker,
Right.
and I get my bill at the end of the night and I'm angry, who should I be angry at?
Certainly not at the owner.
Not here.
Not here.
If I'm sitting in New York City right now, or Nashville, or
You're
Dallas.
not happy with me.
No, you're not.
No.
And you're not happy with your local bar either.
Well, I think a lot of the patrons are happier with their local bar, because if you're a guy that goes out after work 2 or 3 nights a week and you want to have a sandwich, you want to have a couple beers, you're generally going to the smaller corner hometown bar. You're not going to the trendy place, because the trendy place is going to be trendy for 2 years, 36 months tops. They're in, they're out.
So you hear that the profit margin at a successful restaurant nationally these days is like 2 to 4%. If you're doing 5 or 6%, you're doing well.
Yeah.
Is that true for here?
That's true. That's very true.
So it's not a big margin business.
It is definitely not a big margin business. And it's especially not as big a margin business as it was 10, 15, and well 20 years ago.
We've been hearing about bars going out of business. Why?
Competition, number one. Price-wise, number two. Trying to keep up and trying to price yourself not out of the market, but trying to keep your prices reasonable with your competition.
But that's the problem in some of these big cities is the cocktail is $12 or $15 everywhere.
Yeah.
You can't find a $5 drink.
If you go outside the city, you will. Inside the cities, you're right, you won't. You won't, because they have it locked down. The prices are locked into what they are, and they're not changing. Why would somebody that get $12 for a drink all of a sudden say, you know what, I think I'm going to be the trendsetter and only charge $7 for mine? Never do it, right?
Well, what happened? I mean, this all started 15 years ago, according to the data. The price started shooting up.
I would agree.
So
I agree with that data.
Yeah?
Yep.
Why? What was it about that moment?
Well, I think that's where the cash and credit change also took occurrence. 20 years ago, when I opened up Dooley's here with my partner, we would see on a weekly basis an 80% cash business, 20% debit and credit. Fast forward 20 years later, we're now a 20% cash business, 80% debit and credit cards.
And so you've got to pay a fee.
Pay a fee on every one of those cards, every one of those transactions.
We've also heard from some bar owners in New York that in the old days, when you were all cash, you didn't necessarily have to tell the IRS.
I don't know anything about that. Always paid my taxes.
Hypothetically speaking, though, in an industry that is all cash,
Hypothetically speaking, in an industry that was all cash,
you didn't necessarily have to tell
true.
the IRS everything.
Not everything, this is true.
But now you do because most of it's coming on the card.
Now, 80 to 90% is coming on the card, so there's no way around it.
I gotta think that ends up in the price too.
Absolutely. That's why the prices are gradually going up, slowly but surely.